Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
I remember the first time I went to heaven. I had only moved to London a few months before and I made plans to meet up with my friend Anna, the only other person I knew in the city. She brought a friend along, and the three of us went for dinner in Soho. Someone suggested an impromptu trip to Heaven, the UK's most famous gay nightclub. We made a quick diversion en route for Anna's friend to buy a can of deodorant from the off-license before we were on our merry way. We spent the night dancing to the likes of Robin, Charlie XCX, and Lady Gaga. We met two handsome boys on the dance floor who didn't show much romantic interest in us, but still hung around all night long. We stayed out late and each endured rude awakenings in the morning as we trudged into uni and work. It was only then that our friend realized she had bought and sprayed herself with a can of hairspray on our way to the club. The kind of joyful oversights one only seems to make at 22. Heaven was once described by novelist Neil Bartlett as the first room I ever walked into that contained 1,000 other gay people. Opened in the railway arches under Charing Cross Station in 1979, it has weathered the AIDS crisis, the chilling effects of Section 28 and has staved off closure while 60% of London's LGBTQ nightclubs have closed since 2006. The club has become the training ground for numerous British drag queens. Adele once judged its infamous Thursday night stripping competition on the main stage. But Heaven's days might now be numbered. The owner has said that the landlord, the Arch Company, wants to raise the annual rent by £240,000, following an £80,000 increase last year. The news may not sound shocking. Landlord threatening to shutter a cultural institution for failing to meet the unabating demands of the rental market? It's a familiar tale in modern Britain. What may be surprising is who stands behind the landlord and is ultimately responsible for overseeing its operations. The Arch Company was formed in 2019 after Network Rail sold off its real estate footprint, located mostly in rail arches. The company is now the largest landlord of small businesses in the UK and its property portfolio encompasses 5,200 railway arches and numerous business estates and former station buildings across England and Wales. The company was created in a joint venture between London-based real estate firm TT Group and the New York-based asset manager Blackstone. Blackstone is the world's largest alternative asset manager, which mainly invests beyond the confines of securities listed on stock exchanges, in property, private equity, infrastructure, private debt and venture capital. Blackstone has more than $1 trillion of assets under management and its portfolio includes everything from apartment buildings in Copenhagen to logistics parks in Guangzhou, and wind and solar farms stretching across the continental US. Blackstone even owns Supergoop, a sunscreen staple of skincare influencers on TikTok, and the group is currently closing a deal to purchase Hypnosis, a company that owns the rights to the music catalogs of Beyoncé, Shakira, and Nelly Furtado. The next time I'm on the dance floor and hips don't lie transitions seamlessly into promiscuous, I'll know assuredly that Blackstone has made a good return on its investment. Blackstone is not the only financial institution shaping the landscape of queer venues across Britain's capital city. Gay Late, which closed at the end of last year and was also operated by the owners of Heaven, is being redeveloped by Dallas-based fund manager CBRE. The Joiners Arms on Hackney Road, a fixture of the East London queer night scene, is being redeveloped by Regal London, which partners with fund manager KKR on developments across the city. Though private landlords of all kinds are displacing queer venues out to the margins of the city, asset managers and other financial institutions seem especially pernicious. People who run these institutions would say that when they acquire assets such as nightclubs, they are increasing efficiencies to make them more profitable. In reality, what we tend to see are workers facing layoffs, company debt reaching untenable levels and services cut to the bone. After all, these firms are designed to deliver returns to investors, not to ensure a fun night out. Asset managers also have teams of well-paid lawyers trained in circumnavigating rent laws and other protections for rent.